Welcome to the Java Cafe, Java fam.
Everybody, good morning. I got it right. I'm surprised I got it right, not having everything with me on the road. Listen, today is definitely going to be a quick shot. I'm getting ready to get out of here to get back to Boston on the regular flight. I'm not rushing. Mama Java has been texting and calling and making sure that I'm going to get out of here. Hurricane Ian, I believe, is on its way to the west coast of Florida, and so I'm not even necessarily in the path, but everybody's going to be impacted. And I don't want to be down here while what's his face, DeSantis, is in charge of stuff. So anyway, not to make the weather and the danger that the residents here are going to encounter, not to make that political, but yeah, I'm getting back. So let's go in the cafe and see who's in this morning. Dr. Brandy, I told her I was doing a quick shot today, and she sounds like she has a lot to catch up with. So she's going to be back with us next Monday, starting next Monday. It's the last quarter of the year, and I'm sure we'll talk about that and just staying focused and what it is we need to do to stay in a good space on Mental Health Mondays. And so let's go in and say good morning. And as I'm saying good morning, do me a favor in the comments, drop one word that describes how you're feeling this morning. Let us know how you're feeling and what's going on with you, okay? Rob, brother, good morning. Good to see you in the room. Mama Java, when I get off of here, I am finished packing and I'm on my way to the restaurant. All right, I'm on my way home. Lasagna, good morning. Lasagna, I texted you on Friday. I don't know if you got it. Just check in and say, hey. Sister Debbie, good morning. Good to see you in the room. Dina, good morning. Good to see you in the room. Tell baby girl happy birthday for me. Rachel, good morning to you. Good to see you in the room. So I'll share this with you all. I started to tag the mother's board last night, and I'm comfortable sharing this with you all because she put it on Twitter. And so last week, Keys hit me and let me know that she had tested positive for COVID. And so, a couple of days now, hopefully she's doing better. She believes in the vaccination, but everyone, but the mothers, definitely keep Rachel in prayer that this is a speedy, quick recovery and that there's no residual effect for her with having COVID. And so Keys, we love you. We celebrate you. And appreciate all that you contribute here in the Java Cafe. And the only reason why I said something because I saw you put it on Twitter. So hopefully you are feeling better and not enduring too much with testing positive. Sister Debbie, good morning to you. Auntie Java, good morning to you. Good to see you in the room. Pastor Marion, good morning. Pastor Marion, don't remind me because this season effectiveness disorder, I need to go see if I'm dealing with it. Tashad, good morning. Good to see you in the room. Good to see you. Also, Pastor Odom, good morning. Hobby. Good morning, sir. Good to see you in the room. Sister Opal, good morning. Good to see you. Hey, look, everybody. Look who's late to the meeting. Sharon Cornelius. Good morning. Good to see you in the room. I think I got everybody. Tay, good morning. Good to see you in the room. We're getting into the words. And so I'll go back into that for a second. I did want to mention on this Mental Health Monday that we probably are going to need to have a conversation about relationships and probably do a Java After Dark because I'm seeing everything that's going on with Ime and Nia and the Celtics and him being suspended and just the chatter and the opinions that I'm seeing on social media. It's just a little alarming. I've seen the opinion of, women get cheated on all the time. He's a man. Women accept. I mean, it just it situations like this, our way that we view things and our values and what we esteem and honor and things. Oh, sister, but Sister Brandy is here. Okay, I just seen her pop in. Okay, this is definitely really good. So we'll get back to that at some point. I'm sure we'll talk about it with Dr. Brandy, but let's bring her in. Dr. Brandy, good morning.
Morning, fam.
I thought when you said okay, I thought you said next week. So I was just I was just carrying.
No. I'm here.
What you do to your hair?
Huh? Nothing. It's just pulled up off my face.
Turn to the side again. You got a little extra sheen and a little extra it.
Right. All right.
It's
the fall. It's the fall. It's the fall, and the heat can't mess up your hair. So y'all might see a couple outfits.
Listen, I gotta give a shout out to my sisters because I used to laugh, because black sisters, our women, they won't want to get their hair wet. They'll go to the pool, but they're gonna sit on the side and swing their legs. They're gonna dip all the way up to like the neck or to.
Yeah.
So that was me.
Or you just get braids. You get braids and you be like, okay, but it depends how fresh your braids are. If they brand new, if they brand, you ain't getting in that water. Mm-mm.
Well, I saw some sisters with braids and they wasn't getting in the water and their braids didn't look that fresh.
Stop.
I'm just messing. But Dr. Brandy, I know today, we may not do everything, but I heard you pop in and it was so funny because I said at some point we might have to have a Java After Dark and talk about relationships, and things like cheating and
Okay, so spicy. All right.
I mean, I'm sure you've seen the commentary on social media about Ime and Nia Long and the Celtics. He's the coach of the Celtics.
Let me tell you, it's all over Black Twitter and everywhere else about everything that's going on. And my favorite are the ones that are like trying to say what they think they know. You be like, unless you don't know nothing. They like, well, I think your opinion. Like, stop.
Well, here's the other piece. They heard a little bit and then they posted the poor woman.
They posted wrong people. That's the too with the social media is, again, folks assume. You assume, and you know what they say about assumptions. The first 3 letters of that you make out of yourself. So don't assume. And plus, you're dragging people, and you'll have people calling them and harassing them and doing all of that stuff, and you were in the wrong, and you can't take that back. You can't. Like, I think people feel like, oh, if I delete, then it's gone. It ain't.
Well, it's funny because one of the other basketball players, I seen him put something on Instagram, and so I don't want to go too deep into this, but I brought it up, Dr. Brandy, because there is a mental health. It's Mental Health Mondays. There is a mental health impact that happens to the person that was cheated on. We can't deny the fact that the person that cheated, just in general, they're probably dealing with some mental health, and people will say, what led them to cheat is, they have issues with self-esteem and so I mean, there is unfortunately the social media petty, not petty, but opinion, whatever. But then there is a lot that those individuals, children, those around them, those that look, well, if it happened for Nia, it can happen for me. There is a mental health impact.
It is. And it goes to, as you were saying, the larger community, because folks become invested in this, right? And especially depending on who the individual is, this person has been a part of your life for decades. If you think about, Nia Long's long filmography and the things she's been in Friday on. And so there's a lot of that too. And
Yep.
as people are talking about it, they're bringing in their own personal experiences and feelings and
And point
everything
of reference,
else.
yes. Yep.
And so it can filter into the larger community and the larger space about how do we have conversations, I think in general, about what does healthy relationship
Relationships.
look like truly, no matter who you are, no matter what your status is, no matter, and again, I don't want to project about their personal, because again, that's something they're going to have to deal with and will still be dealing with in
Right.
the coming months and whatnot, as more of the story comes out, because they're going to be digging. So I don't want to presume about any of their situation, any of their life, but there is a conversation to be had about how do we have healthy relationships? How do we have
Yeah.
healthy conversations
First with
when
ourselves.
when things come up that don't seem as healthy as we thought? And that's the thing with celebrity and infamy and fame and all of that, is that sometimes folks are put on these pedestals. They didn't say, hey, put me up here and put my relationship up here as this sample of all that's good and true and bayness, right? But others do.
You say
And when
famous.
I said bayness. And when those relationships crumble, because one of the things I saw on Black Twitter where people saying, oh my gosh, they look so happy. And I'm like, from what? From the celebrations? Like, again, you don't know what anybody is going through. And so you put them up on this pedestal, and then it doesn't meet society's expectations, your expectations, all of that. And then that can have an impact too on how you view others and even how you
Yes.
view yourself. And so
Yep.
it's an important conversation to have. So yes, let's do an after dark. Like,
That's what it
but,
needs to be an
but the
after
thing
dark.
is, James, we've been talking about it after dark for, hold on, how long we've been in the pandemic now? But I think it's about, hold on, let me multiply, let me carry that one. Okay, and think about 378 days. So
Y'all, look. You got all the fans
I
here.
ain't calling you out, but I'm calling you out. Good
You are.
morning, Tamisha.
You are.
Morning,
I mean,
morning, Sharon Cornelius.
nobody says it like you. Let me just answer one question, Dr. Brandy, because between Teresa and my mother. So yes, they're expecting that to hit the West Coast.
Oh yeah, the storms.
I know.
My mom was
Brandy,
telling
what
me.
did I text you this morning? That
Yeah.
we got tight, a quick shot, 9:28. I'm finished packing and getting out of here. But
Yeah.
bring things back, Dr. Brandy. It there's the esteem issue. There's the, I guess, values issue, that come up. And when Nia Long in the email, because of what's in the media, they sparked pointing out the mental health impact of this healthy relationships piece. But in general, we need to have healthy relationships with ourselves first,
Yeah.
then with our
Starts with
immediate.
you. Starts with you. And this was something my mom told me years ago. Is she was like, baby, if you don't love you, who else will?
Self-love.
Because again, you're coming from a place, if you're coming from a place of brokenness, you're coming from a place of, I'm not completely healed, that will manifest itself in the relationship. And again, I'm not without faults. And so, but it manifests itself. And then that stuff will be reoccurring because, again, you haven't fixed the broken pieces in you. And so you're looking for that outside. And that sometimes leads to not good situations and solutions and everything like that. You have to find joy and happiness. They're not the same thing with you before you can find it in somebody else.
It is. And that, Bishop,
or something else.
Well, that's true.
Somebody.
Bishop Bragg used to talk about the fact that, a lot of people say, I'm 50%, she's 50%, and we're going to come together and make 100. No, you need to be 100 within yourself, and y'all come together. And, I would be remiss that we did not say that sometimes part of your if you're on a healing journey, getting that partner can be helpful, but it's not just dependent on if you get them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You got to do your
How
own.
we get talking about relationships, but I understand it's the
It's Mental Health
other
Mondays,
it's the
and
thing. It's the thing on all the social media. I even saw several articles about it this morning. Like people guess, and I'm just like, "Ooh, let it be, let it be." And then there's also the comments about and very real discussion around what if this was XYZ, which are conversations that I think again Black Twitter is having. It's like
if this was, would this be all this attention? And I've
yeah,
seen
or would it be handled in the same way? And again, I think a lot of that conjecture is because not all the details are out. So there's just kind of like, am I missing something? Like there's something that just hasn't been released that once it will make sense. I think to some, it's like, okay, so this X plus 2 give me 2X, but in this situation,
this morning.
I'm getting 3X squared. Like what? How Sway? How that happen? And again, I don't want to. I don't like to traffic and gossip. That's just
That's
like,
not what we're doing.
I want to be with, again on this Monday is mental health, is everybody, particularly those most impacted, is that they find the peace and the support that they need. Kids are involved, everything like that. So, I definitely want that. And then on the second hand, I want those that are being their information being posted online. I hope those individuals are being supported because they're probably being harassed a lot right now. Then I want more articles to come out about how can we really have conversations about what healthy relationships look like? Because if folks are just saying, well, if it had been, that actually don't get to healthy.
It doesn't accomplish anything.
And it don't get to what does it look like to be healthy and have healthy instead of,
we have to have this conversation about celebrity. There is, it was interesting. I'll be very transparent. I was scrolling last night and wound up coming across some of the Queen's services. And to be very honest, I'm like, with all the stuff going on, the pomp and circumstances and whatnot, last night, like, I realized that growing up, I knew who this person was from afar and stuff like that. We have to, I think at some point when we talk about healthy relationships, ensure that there is a healthy celebrity relationship, because some people just
they take it too far. The folks get you have folks who are obsessed and almost to the point of harming themselves or others
because somebody got married.
Because somebody got married or somebody said something, or receiving death threats. Like, that's crazy. But it's real. And so that's why I say it's that more conversation around health and just overall health and wellness, and how do we really, again, view infamy and fame and everything like that. But before we get off, James, I want to say to you, it's been 378 days, and we have not, it's probably been longer. But we've not had a Java After Dark. We cannot let another quota go by without having a Java After Dark. And quota meaning October about to come, October, November, December. Quota.
Yes.
So we gotta have it by the end of this year. And we got
December.
We got 6 minutes because you need to get to the airport.
I got it. And Auntie Java is in here thinking my flight leaves at 9:28. No, and we're ending Auntie Java.
Yeah, that's where we ended. But I do want to we didn't do the word, and I don't want to get too deep, but my word for today is,
a couple of folks did actually. Go ahead.
I want to say my word for today is unsettled a little bit. A little unsettled.
What? Why?
Yeah, so it's an interesting time of year for me, just in general. October is always interesting because there's lots of anniversaries and things like that. But so this past weekend, I went down to New York City to attend homegoing services. And attending homegoing services are always taxing, physically, spiritually, and emotionally, right? And so, but the service was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was like how you would hope to be sent off. It was so beautiful from start to finish. But something the pastor said has stuck with me. We're all used to the songs that are sang, the statements that are made, even the same verses from the Bible that are taken out. We all know, if you've been to a Black funeral, you know what I'm talking about. But something the pastor said has stuck with me is he talked about how, and it's true, y'all. I'm sorry, Lord, forgive me. How when you go to some funerals, you be like, Jesus, why you take this person? You could have taken a whole.
There's a list.
But you a list, okay? You could have taken some other family members. I tell you their names, their address. but no, what he said, what he followed that up is that what it speaks to is that this individual led a good, whole, full life, even though it felt unfinished a little bit. But he led a good, whole, full life. And he talked about how this concept of how do you want to be remembered? And yeah, like it's the dash and the how do you want to be remembered? And that's why I say it's a little unsettling in terms of the travel. Like it's exhausting. I'm just exhausted, y'all. Because I literally the 36-hour, I was back and forth, and then got up Sunday morning to do the breast cancer walk because that's an annual thing. That's what I do. But yeah, it was unsettling because you think about that. Like, what's my dash look like right now?
Dr. Brandy,
is what is my dash? And like, am I focused on, am I concentrating on, am I guided into the things I should be right now? And that's something I ruminate on all the time. And we can talk about it more next week because I actually have questions that I'll periodically ask myself to kind of say, am I on the right path, whatever my path is right now. But I've been really kind of thinking on that, ruminating on that since the pastor said it on Saturday morning. Was just, how do you want to be remembered? It's interesting. And it's two different. How do you want to be remembered, and how
do people remember you? It's interesting you say that because as you get older, you do start to think about the dash. You start to think about the time almost going in reverse. And so at 51, I'm even reflective this week. I'm in the water and I'm like, God, what's next? Direction of having that impact. But Dr. Brandy, it's 9:26, and I also
gotta leave Traveling Mercies. I hope you don't end up at the airport all day.
Don't even let it come out your mouth. Like, why do people do that? And you don't even say it. No,
I'm saying, but James, the blessing is that
I'm going to get on my flight.
You go get on the plane, but even if you do not,
I'm getting on the plane.
Blessed enough. Bump you, James. No, but you Traveling Mercy, seriously.
Yes, Lord. You made me snort, Jesus. Lord have mercy.
Back in all in one piece. What airline you flying?
Delta.
Oh, okay. All right.
They don't play. Delta's hubby. Of course. Delta is hubby.
Don't. Okay. Ooh, a little bouge, a little pinky came out right there. Of course. Well, okay. Okay.
Hold on.
I mean, a little pinky and bouge came out right. Of course.
I'm just saying.
Well, apologies for those who have to take connecting flights.
You already gonna make her a little bit red or browner than what I already got.
But no, definitely safe travels, and we'll be back at it, regular time.
Yeah.
and I will actually plan a Java after dark because we got
And don't
there's been
forget
a lot of stuff that has happened, from like entanglements to like
all of that. All of that. All right, Dr. B, we got to get out here because look, you and props. Y'all can go in. Y'all can
yeah,
go.
James
Oh,
is bougie. James is bougie, Lasagna. Lasagna. Yeah.
That's because she's been out to eat with me.
It's okay.
Anyway, so,
Look,
Dr. Brandy, I gotta go pay the bills.
look, it's okay. If you have it and you share it, it's all good.
Yes, ma'am. All right.
All right. Bye-bye, y'all. Have a great day. Have a great week. Last week in September, make it a good one. We on the last quarter of the year.
You ain't got to remind me. All right,
Come
Dr.
on, fall.
We'll see you soon, or Monday if not before. No, we'll see you Saturday at the health
I'm
fair.
ready for the fall. Y'all see this? Falcon.
Bye, Dr. Brandy.
My black look, they won this week. Look, I gotta celebrate because they ain't gonna be that good this year.
Yes, ma'am. All right, Dr. B, I gotta go. All right, hun. Bye. All right, folks, I gotta get ready to get out of here. Please don't forget that this Saturday at 10 a.m. at the 12th Baptist Church, we will gather for the health fair. Those of you that ever attended a Java with Jimmy event or sang in the gospel choir, I added that list too. I sent out an email. Check your junk and spam folders. I sent out an email on Saturday morning to let you all register early. Now, this is how it works. The first 50 people that register are eligible to come. The first 25 out of that first 50 that register, you one of the first 25 people there, your name automatically goes into a hat or something, and you're entered to get a $100 Stop and Shop gift card. That's just one example. We're going to have other raffles, prizes. We're going to have a live DJ. But most importantly, we are going to have health information available there on Saturday. So help me spread the word, invite people to come. We're going to have snacks and food. And we're doing 2 panels talking about COVID and then talking about cancer and sickle cell and talking about the importance of Black and brown people being a match for bone marrow, because there are Black and brown people that have leukemia and lymphoma, and there's not a lot of Black people in the registry to match for bone marrow to help them heal. So this is what we're going to be talking about on Saturday. It's going to be a good time, a lot of information, but we'll see you all Saturday at 10 a.m. That is it for me. I saw my brother stand in the room. Thaddeus, I'm not messing with you. I thought about you when Dr. Brandy was talking, and Thaddeus is definitely, as Dr. Brandy said, if you're able to or have, live. Let's sum it up as that. Live. All right. Lasagna has given a benediction. Love you, Ma. Miss Teresa, I know we need to talk to. I think I saw Stan. Hey, brother. He said he's still missing my mom. I want to be remembered for being a God-fearing, stand-up yet loving guy. Absolutely. Well, brother, you are. Well, that's what I know you for. So, all right, folks, I'm off of here. Finish packing and get out of here. I do not want to leave. If I can just be 100 with y'all. I'm looking at this view and water, and I'm like, anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. Oh, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., we have Brother Shagun Idawu that will be with us. And on Wednesday morning at 9 a.m., we have Mayor Wu. And then at 9:30, we have the Chief of Human Services that's going to talk with us as well. So away, but still doing some work in the background. All right, y'all, I'm out of here.